If you've been told for years that rotating crops is the only way to keep your garden healthy, I'm here to challenge that. Rotation might sound scientific and traditional, but in small home gardens, it often wastes precious space, disrupts soil balance, and doesn't solve the real problem: plants collapsing under stress. Crop rotation is rooted in large-scale farming where monocultures stretch across acres. The idea is that moving plants around interrupts pest and disease cycles while balancing soil nutrients. But in a backyard or even a mid-sized plot, you don't have the space to rotate crops effectively enough for those benefits to truly matter. Diseases like blight or mildew don't magically disappear just because your tomatoes move 5 feet away. They linger in soil, on tools, and even on the wind. Nutrient depletion isn't solved either because every crop you grow is still pulling energy from the same soil, no matter the location. Instead of shuffling plants like pieces on a chessboard, focus your energy on making each plant thrive in the spot where it grows. That's where staking becomes the game changer. Staking isn't just about keeping stems upright. It fundamentally changes how a plant grows. When vines or stems sprawl across the ground, they create a humid microclimate that invites fungal disease, slugs, and rot. Staked plants, by contrast, have air moving freely around their leaves, which cuts down on moisture-related problems and keeps foliage dry. Sunlight penetrates evenly, ripening fruits faster and more uniformly. And let's not forget, a plant that is well supported channels more energy into fruit production instead of repairing broken or bent stems. In practical terms, this means bigger harvests, less disease, and a cleaner, easier to manage garden. Whether it's tomatoes, cucumbers, beans, or peppers, staking allows you to maximize vertical space while protecting your crops from the ground's constant threats. Not all staking methods are equal. Wooden stakes are classic, but often rot after a few seasons. Bamboo is lightweight and sustainable, but can splinter. Metal T-posts or rebar are long-lasting and handle heavy crops without bending. For sprawling crops like cucumbers and pole beans, trellises and A-frames turn wasted sprawl into vertical towers of production. The key is to match the support to the crop. Tomatoes thrive with sturdy single stakes or cages. Cucumbers climb beautifully on mesh trellises. Pole beans love tall teepees. Peppers, though compact, benefit from a single stake that prevents snapping in strong winds. Invest in supports that can be reused year after year, and you'll see your garden transform into a structured, disease-resistant powerhouse. Here's where staking really outperforms crop rotation. Instead of moving crops to try to outrun soil-borne issues, you address those issues head-on by reducing the conditions that foster them. A staked tomato plant, for example, keeps its foliage and fruits off the soil surface, making it harder for soil-borne pathogens to splash up during watering or rain. By cutting out direct soil contact, you're reducing the primary pathway for many diseases. When you combine staking with mulching at the base of your plants, you actually create a double barrier, keeping the soil undisturbed and really cutting down on evaporation. That keeps moisture steady, roots cooler, and weeds pretty well suppressed. Soil health improves because it's no longer being compacted or disturbed by constant replanting. Your soil, well, it becomes a thriving, living system rather than a battlefield. Stronger plants need strong nutrition, and honestly, this is where a lot of gardeners fall short. One of the most effective feeding solutions is a balanced organic fertilizer tea. A reliable formula is 1 tablespoon of liquid seaweed and 1 tablespoon of fish emulsion, both diluted into 1 gallon of water. Just apply this every 2 weeks, right at the base of your staked plants. The fish emulsion provides nitrogen for steady growth, while seaweed offers potassium and trace minerals for strong stems and, abundant fruiting. For fruiting crops like tomatoes and peppers, you can switch mid-season to a slightly higher potassium blend. Dissolve 1 tablespoon of molasses in a gallon of water and apply monthly. The natural sugars feed soil microbes, which in turn release nutrients your plants can access. When combined with staking, this steady, balanced feeding keeps plants upright, vigorous, and just bursting with harvest. When you stop rotating and start staking, You're not just changing one gardening method, you're shifting your entire approach. Instead of reacting to problems with quick fixes, you're building a system that prevents them before they even appear. Every plant gets the airflow, sunlight, and support it needs. Every inch of your soil is working for you rather than being left empty during rotation cycles. And every harvest, well, it reflects the care and structure you've put into your garden. In a world where we're taught to always keep moving plants around, staking teaches us that sometimes the best growth happens when we stop shifting and start strengthening. Staking is more than a gardening trick. It's a philosophy of letting plants rise above their challenges instead of running from them. Rotation might still have its place in vast fields, but for your backyard or homestead garden, staking wins every time. It creates healthier soil, stronger plants, cleaner harvests, and, honestly, less work for you. If you found this guide helpful, don't just keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Master Gardener for more proven, practical gardening strategies, and share this video with fellow growers who are ready to take their gardens to the next level. Your best harvest starts here, and it starts with a simple stake.